Hey, what's up, Terrell? Avery, you? Hey, how's it going, Raccoon? Hey, Iceman. Yeah, Iceman, you sent me an email a while ago. Did I reply? I got bombarded with a lot of emails and I haven't organized any of them. So if I didn't reply to you, I apologize. I know you sent something, but I can't remember if I got back to you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the circle first. And then I'll do the stop the parts after it cures. Looks like I got a package. Be right back. I'm not sure what the hell I got. Either this is one of my friend's kits or something. That's good, Iceman. Ah, okay, I know what this is. Alright. Hanging in there. Busy week. The Psylocke that I customized, I almost done painting her up, so hopefully I'll have a video up on that next week. Just plugging away on projects. Been kind of quiet, which is nice. Hopefully things are good on your end. No, it's not for him. It's it's for somebody else we know that does a lot of. It's for the clown that I did the whatchamacallit, the what's the damn statue, uh uh Thunderbird, yeah, that clown. The clown who had Thunderbird sculpted. He'll probably pop in chat later. Maybe. Well, that sounds like a productive day, which is always good. Where was I? Where's the hand? Okay, yeah, like I said, I know you sent an email. I've had an influx of stuff lately and just losing track. Hey, what's up, Carmine? Holy shit. Is that really you? And Motor 18? Get a little bit closer. I think it's going to be a long time before they figure out what to do with supports. That's a tricky one. Probably has to do more with like coming out with a better resin mix, maybe. You know. Yeah, printers are coming along pretty fast. got your video uploaded? I'll have to check it out later when I get a chance. I'm going to give it a year or two before I decide to get one. I was actually talking with a friend the other day. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to try this year and next year to finish out all my Sideshow side items I got. Because I have a lot of 3D stuff that I want to start customizing. So I'm thinking after the end of next year, maybe start planning on getting a 3D printer. Because I think I'm going to switch from like customizing like Sideshow and other items into like 3D print items. Because there's so many coming out and they're really cool, but it'd be fun to like mess with them. So maybe about a year and a half I'll think about it, because I have to actually really plan to redo the studio too. Because if I'm going to get a 3D printer, I'm going to want to set up the studio a little different. Yeah, it's just that there's so many 3D sculpts coming out that are really, really cool. Um, and I already look at them and I'm like, oh, that would make a cool character if I did this and that. So it'd be fun because I still want to do like traditional like customizing. I don't want to like learn 3D sculpting and then tweak stuff. I want to mess around with stuff like this still. So, but yeah, I mean, as far as it's just that you could get yourself a 3D file really cheaper than a sideshow item and print it out cheaper, and you can have a little bit more fun with it. So it's kind of like there's a shift coming. I can see it, but right now I have to get everything out the door though. And I figure probably by in a year and a half, maybe things will be a little bit user friendly too. The resins and printing will be a little bit better for me to just like jump on. That's kind of the plan. But things can change, you never know. It's just one thing I suggest is don't cheap out on the resin for 3D printing. I would suggest buy the 4K frozen, because if you saw my video on the Cyclops kit, when I filled it in with the putty, it absorbed all the moisture and warped, whereas the 4K from Frozen doesn't do anything. So far as of right now, I think if you cheap out on resin, you're going to get what you pay for. Like, where is it? Yeah, so right here is the Frozen 4K Aqua. So this is the video I did with this stuff. And it's all filled in with a rod going up the leg up in here. And I filled it in and it's hollow as all hell right now. And it didn't warp at all. So it's well worth it. But honestly, as far as resin goes, that goes for everything. Even if you're doing traditional casting, if you're going to cheap out on resin, you're going to run into issues. Resin's always been a thing. If you're going to buy the cheap stuff, you're going to run into problems. If you're going to get the good stuff, you'll get better quality castings. When I first started doing a lot of the bases, I would get that cheap stuff at Michael's or order it online. And I would get a lot of bubbles, and even when you mixed it, it just seemed to not really cure correctly. So I don't know what that resin that was used for the Cyclops kit, but like literally you can hit it with a blow dryer like for like 20 seconds, and literally you can bend the resin. That's how soft it was. Where that Frozen 4K Aqua stuff I just showed you, I left that stuff in the sunlight to cure for an hour, and I forgot about it. When I went back, you couldn't even bend it, and it was like blazing hot in like 95-degree weather, and it still wouldn't bend, and it was like hollow, and it was pretty thin. So the Frozen 4K stuff is well worth the money. Like I've had hands that my friends printed for me, like hands like these with the finger sticking out. And I've dropped them on the ground, and the fingers never broke off the item. Whereas this right here, the polystone, if I dropped this from here to there, they probably would flip and break. I mean, if you want to get the cheap stuff to sort of practice, and if you want to test something, that's like good to do. But if you're going to want to get a really good print, Frozen 4K, as of my experience right now, is awesome. But like Iceman said, there's that other stuff. You can try that too. I haven't tested them all, and I don't know all the brands, so Some of the guys in chat probably know a little bit more than me. But for now on, like if I have my friend print me stuff, I want him to. I told him, I said, if you don't have any frozen 4K, let me know when you get it in, and then we'll print. Because I don't want to get any other stuff. Oh, losing my mind here. Where's that other tool? Did you shake the hell out of it, Iceman? Because even with regular resin, you gotta shake the hell out of it. And probably if you have resin that's gonna be sitting for a while, you probably should shake it every few days. Keep it mixtured, because the guys from Smooth On told me if you buy resin and you don't open it up, it will go bad over time, but it separates faster and longer. So if it gets to the point where you don't really mix it up very well over a certain amount of time, it's really hard to mix it back together again. So I would assume 3D prints are the same thing. So if you have bottles, like every once in a while, I think once a month, all the paint cans I have of the primer I bought, what I'll do is I'll just take you know, like 20 minutes out of my day, and I'll take all the boxes and I'll kind of like shake up the cans a bit so they don't just, you know, sit there for months on months. Okay, yeah, I've had that too with regular resin that I've opened up and I didn't use it for months. The guys at Smooth On told me when that happens, your resin is actually going bad. And one of the things they told me though, like I know you strained it and you said it worked. Maybe with 3D prints you can get away with it. But if you do that with like the bottles of resin I use for casting, when you try to get those chunks out, what happens is that's part of the chemicals that are supposed to be mixed and it doesn't cure correctly. I mean, that's what they told me, you know. But that was a bottle I had sitting on my under my desk for a year, and I didn't use it, and it was open, so it went bad on me. Well, I don't know if it wasn't open. It's still it's a time sensitive thing. You know, it's once resin is mixed together and it leaves the factory, you have like they said you have about a month sealed. And the minute you open it up, you have about 6 months. They said as long as you keep it closed and it's not in a high moisture area. Um, so that's why, like Smooth on every bottle they have a mixture date and a number. So this way, if you have a problem with it, they can actually go and scan that number into their system, and they can say, "Oh, well, that was mixed up in 2020, so it's old. We can't help you with it." You know. It's possible. It is possible. They all I know is they said the second you open it up, it starts going bad. It's resin is kind of made for order. It's not made to last. That's why I have a problem like of ordering stuff at like the art stores and like Dick's was it Dick Blick or Blick's or whatever the hell it is, or the Jerry store that we talked about last week. Because the stuff sits on the shelf forever. Even like my Aves epoxy sculpt, whenever I order it directly from them because I want that stuff fresh as possible. I rather, instead of saving like, you know, $5 or $15 just to say, oh, I got it on sale, I would rather spend that money and have a fresh batch that lasts longer and works better. Yeah, one time I ordered, well, I didn't order it. I went over to Michael's and I got one of those cheap kits because I wanted to make up a base really quick and I didn't want to wait for smooth-ons. And when I got it home and I shook the hell out of it and I mixed it, it had like the spider, it had like the spidering in the bottom of it. And when I found out, like this was a long time ago, I asked one of the guys in the hobby, and he told me what happened is I didn't mix it correctly. But I told him I mixed the shit out of it, like I was mixing it like crazy. And that's when they said it was probably just bad and old. So yeah, it's possible. Who know? Who really knows exactly, you know, what's going on with it? But I'm just letting you know my experience. And I talked to the professionals too. Alright, what I'm going to do is we're going to let that sit because that should line up pretty good with the hand. And I can work out the seam. And then I'm going to break these fingers, pull them down a bit, and then I'll work out this area with this finger. And I think what I need to do is sort of pull in some little marks here and a little bit underneath here too. That should work pretty good for the hand. Yeah, that'll look good once the fingers are pulled down. Should work a little bit better there. I think what'll happen is if I could work it out correctly, however I bend these fingers down, I'll see if I could leave this removable and then glue it in at the end. I think I could do that. We'll see. Yeah, you might as well record it and do one of those like fast things. A lot of guys on Instagram do that too for their shorts. I made a mess with this damn baby powder. so we'll be able to paint this hand, and then I can put a dab of glue in there and glue it in at the end. Of course, I'm going to clean up the wrist and add the cuff part, but at least at the start. Getting tons of scams lately. Alright, that's a good start on here. I'll break these fingers for next time. Start working out the details on her hand. And then probably could start her hair next time too. And then we'll have to work on the cuffs more. And then she's got wrinkles sort of in areas. I'll have to work out those wrinkles. There will probably be wrinkles here too. Yeah, I like the way she's coming out. She's a little bit at a time. I think it's just a matter of starting to look at her outfit, because I got I think it was Jacob that sent me the GIF of her from the TV show, and she does have wrinkles in certain areas, so I have to start planning those a little bit more, so it's not just like a flat suit. Looking forward to doing the hair though. I think this will be a fun one to do. I'm gonna sculpt them on her because it's her left hand. So the idea is right now I'm just positioning it so this way she can like lock onto the base with the hand sorta. I'm gonna break these fingers to bend them down. The pinky I gotta repair, and I gotta finish out like it's being squeezed, like her hand's pushing in with I'm doing it. And then after that's done, I'll sculpt out the stuff on her hand the best I can. And then the goal is I'll be able to paint the hand separate and then glue it into the chair at the end, and then hopefully she kind of connects onto the hand. It's kind of the plan I came up with for this. Because if I leave her hand like that, someone's bound to down the line snap them off the finger, and it doesn't look right. So I figure if I at least bend them a little bit more, it'll look better. keep just doing little details here and there on her just to try to make it look right, you know. Just keep plugging away. Anything I'm seeing I'm missing, I could go back and tweak. I like the way that looks. Well, I gotta talk to Raz too about the console that's gonna go with her. I was hoping to measure it out this week, and once again I completely forgot. So busy with the Psylocke paint up that I was working on these this morning, sanding them down, getting them ready for the stream. Bob, it's all case by case. I don't really have set prices, and usually it's best to contact me. You know, there's just all different, like, how much work's into it, what you're looking to do, blah, blah, blah. And I usually try to keep that in just in emails with pricing. You could contact me, but as of now, I'm booked solid too. I just don't have any slots open for the rest of the year. That's good, Iceman. There's plenty of work to go around for everybody, so. Was you just doing your own stuff, or it's more like your full-time job? Well, that's a good plan. Hopefully it works out for you. I try to get in my personal stuff too every once in a while. I find that it's good to clear your head to do your own stuff, just to mess around. I gotta get this silly putty. I mean, not the silly putty. I forgot. I gotta get this on here so when it hardens, I can do the line. Yeah, Patreon's hard. You should be able to do Patreon and like sculptors and what's it called, like 2D artists. It's easier to do Patreon. I wish I could have better rewards for my Patreon, but it's just more of support me and my channel type thing and vote on stuff. It's kind of hard to, come up with ideas for Patreon all the time for what I do. So I just appreciate the support people kind of give me on it. Keep the YouTube channel going. Bob, if you're asking me, just email me. The best way to do things is just contact me through my website. It's on the description and everything. I'll get back to you on a Sunday. I always like to know what people are looking to get done first. I can give you an estimate or an idea of what, it would cost type thing. But as of right now, I'm not committing to anything and I don't have a list. Because I'm so backlogged right now, and I do have tons and tons of people waiting in line. So I'm not committing to anything. I can give you an idea, like, yeah, I can do that, or I will do it, or I can't do that type of work. You know, I'll kind of brainstorm with you, but I'm not committing to anything with anyone anymore as of now. So I don't even have a list. Yeah, it's a great problem, and I'm not complaining. It's just that I would love to do everybody's request. I just I can't. That's the problem. So I would love to help everybody out, but stuff takes a long time. But I mean, like as I've said before in past streams, I'll talk to somebody and I'll say, well, okay, contact me at this point, and I'll get you on the next round of batch of customs. And then when that time comes around, they don't contact me, and then I shift people around. Sometimes weather plays a factor. If it's a large item, I tell people like, well, we missed the summer and I can't do it, so we gotta wait till next summer to do it. If people are looking to do like crazy like resin bases and they want clear resin, I'm like, well, we can only do that in certain weather, so there's a lot of things that go on to certain customs, so stuff's always being shifted. And then there's some people who are like, okay, I'll send you the item next week, and then all of a sudden I never hear from them ever again. So that's why I'm always kind of shifting stuff around. You'd be surprised on how many people I'll brainstorm for hours on end on something. I'm like, okay, we'll send it next week, and I'll have it on my list, and I'll start it, and then boom, they never send it. I don't hear from them for like 4 years or something, so. And I got to the point now too where people are like, oh, I'll just send you the item and you can work on it whenever, And I'm sitting on the item for like a year, and then I start it. I'm not doing that anymore. From now on, it's like when I'm ready to do it, people send it to me, because I just don't have the room in the house for these huge boxes anymore. So. And then I had to put a nip in the bud where some people found out I didn't even agree to the project. It's not people I know, but it's people who I don't even know. And they'll contact me saying, hey, I'm mailing you an item, work on it when you can. I'm like, who are you? What item are you think you're sending to me? So I've had that too happen to me a few times. And I'm just like, and they're like, oh, I got your address from a friend. I'm like, well, I'm not going to just do your item when you're sending it to me. So, yeah, there's a lot of different stories, but I try to talk to people. I try to get a feel for them. I try to see what they're like, I try to see if they're trying to have me do an Iron Man statue, which is not going to happen because there's no Iron Mans in this house. So, stuff like that. Yeah, when somebody says, hey, would you like to paint up an Iron Man? I just say, nope. Not doing it. I don't hate the person for it, but I'm just like, nope, not doing it. Nope, not even painting it red. Just don't want them in the house. Doesn't matter. I love the anger when I tell that to people. you don't like Iron Man, you're horrible, blah, blah, blah. I had people yell at me. I'm like, yeah, I just don't want to do it. Like, fun stories. I would love to paint Silver Surfer chromes, but I turned them down now. I even have a friend who had one and he wanted me to paint it, and I said, I'll never get it chromed. It's a big statue. My airbrush booth and the airbrushes and compressor I have will not get me a good, smooth surface. And then if I do outclad chrome, and even if I seal it, it's not going to be super chromed. And two, shipping and handling it, it'll probably ruin it anyway, you know? So I just, there's no sense of doing Silver Surfer chrome when I'm not going to get a good chrome. So, yeah, I turn those down now too. You know, it's more too, I'm like, I'm not going to give you a good, it's not going to look good. So it's like, why should I take something on that I'm not going to give you a good paint up on it? You know, I'm not going to be happy with it. You won't be happy with it. So it's like, there's just no sense in trying to even attempt it anymore. Now, if you wanted like a painted chrome, you know, like a painted glossy chrome, that I could do, that's different. You know, that is something I would do, but I don't like the way that's coming out at all. You're just getting too tough. This side came out okay. Okay, so she has the bottom part is blue. So what I wanted to do is get this A's in there that was a little bit tougher. And then when I sand it down, I should at least have some kind of a line here. Yeah, like I said, I don't mind brainstorming, talk about what you're looking to do. It's just that I just can't commit to anything until I'm ready to, you know. I try to give at least everybody an idea, like, what it might cost, when I might be able to do it, but, you know, a lot of stuff happens. You know, there's always family emergencies, there's projects that go slow, there's projects that go fast. There's also crazy clients that cause issues, so it's a multiple of things. Although I don't really have a problem with a lot of people I work with because I'm pretty straightforward what I do. And I try to make it easy for both parties. I mean, it's a statute. There's no reason to make it complicated, you know? And if there's something I can't do, I'm straight up saying I won't be able to do that for you. There's no sense in sitting there trying to be like, oh, I'll get it done and then not pull it off, you know? And one of the other things too, with inflation now, it's kind of hard to quote a price and then all of a sudden when I'm ready to take it on, you know, paints and supplies have doubled in price at that time, so that's another problem. Friggin' ever since the damn lockdowns, everything skyrocketed. So what I'm doing here is I'm strengthening some of these straps because there's some weak points under here, and plus it'll be a nightmare to try to paint it. So I'm gonna like shove some eaves in here, but not all the way. So hopefully it'll be a little easier to paint. Just got a ping. Are we getting like a tropical storm somewhere here today? Tomorrow? What's going on? Is it just another end of the world storm coming? Yeah, I just got a ping on the computer, so I'm wondering if, is it a serious storm? Is it just that little something? You know, the rate, I'm sure the news is saying it's the end of the world storm right now, so. You know what it is the storms that they always say is the worst storm in the world, it turns out to be nothing. And then these other ones are like, yeah, it's just a little storm, end up being like crazy storms, so we'll see. Let's head here. Well, Raz, while you're on chat now, I don't need this stuff right away, but if you want to start planning for us, the console that's going to go here, I don't need like a console that goes all the way out here. I just need something that goes like right here to like, or like right in front of this somehow. Like, I don't know, figure where. So is there something you can like, you know how you did this chair this big? Is there something you can give me that could go like right there? Like the console cut off like a corner of it or something? Yeah, if you don't mind, when you get a chance, send me a picture of what you're thinking, and I'll let you know which one I'm kind of thinking. This way we're both on the same page. And then what I'll do is I'll try and get you measurements for Bugs Bunny, and then also the basketball. I figure while I'm working on her, if you know, once we're getting closer to done. I don't, like I said, I want to get all 3 items ready for paint, and then we'll just do paint days for a while. But I figure at least whenever you're free. Like I said, put your commissions ahead of me though. Don't think that you need to get it to me done now. Whether your uncle or clients need stuff done, focus on them first. Because we got a long time before this is going to be ready for paint. Alright, like I said, whatever works. You know, and also too, if you don't mind, like before you print, give me like prices on the stuff too. Just so I need to make sure I have money set aside. And also, like I said too, if you get yourself a Snapple bottle cap, that's about the size of the basketball I need. So if you get yourself a size of that, that's about the size of the basketball for her too. So keep that in mind as well for that. Oh, cool. All right, yeah. So if you could just measure up that basketball, the because it kind of flares out, so the inside of the cap, this about that, as close to that as possible will work. Because I think what I want to do is next week start working on the base a little bit. At least maybe try to get some of the planks on the floor going. Because the shirt's getting closer to being finished, because then we have to focus on the hair. But I don't want to do her cuff on this hand until I get the basketball in there. I'd rather have the basketball first and then figure out the cuff. Because I figure if I put the cuff on now, I might screw things up. And the other thing too is I might have to, like, the basketball might have to hit some of the shirt. So like I gotta kind of figure this part out too. Of course, we got to kind of clean up underneath the arm here now. Kind of see what else I got to do. I need to get in the garage and do some fine sanding. She's kind of beat up. I'm gonna have to do some priming and stuff, and I don't want to do her laces until near the end because I figure I might break those. But at least the shirt's come along pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that so far. And then once these are ready for paint, we'll just sit here and do a lot of paint work. Now what I did is these metal rods were kind of sticking out after I sanded them down, so I figured I'd grind them out a little bit, put some aves, and then sand this down again. Same thing on this side, it was kind of, the edge was sticking out. It's messy, but once I start cleaning up and I prime, and if I try to add some more wrinkles on areas, it'll look a little bit better. Because what happened is today, I realized the undercut of her arm here and the undercut over there was way too high. So there's a lot of marks here. So once I hit it with primer, I'm going to have to putty those areas a bit. I never watched Howard Stern. I really never cared for him. I know back, what was it, 90s is when he was big. You know, he's all the big rage and everyone loved him because he was sticking it to the man or whatever the hell he was doing. I never listened to him. I never cared for him. Yeah, I think if he was on, I probably turned him off. Never really, I don't know. Isn't he like a sellout now? Doesn't he like show for people nonstop? I thought he was like the, you know, stick it to the radio companies and the FCC and all that, but doesn't he like do everything they tell him to do now, nonstop? I didn't even know he did anything like that. Like I said, I never ever watched anything he did. The only thing I ever saw was the movie. You know, that movie that was based on him and the whole entire FCC and stuff like that. That's all I ever watched. I mean, didn't he have like porn stars on his like show all the time too? I think that was a big thing there for a while. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't care for him. I know a couple of my friends absolutely worshipped the ground he walked on at the time, but yeah, you should watch the movie. It was I think that was the only thing I could tolerate from him. Was when I saw the movie. Other than that, like I said, I never. Even to this day, if I see him on like a movie or a radio, I hear him in a radio broadcast, I turn it off. Hey, what's up, Raphael? Yeah, that was a different time. Different time. Nowadays, you don't even need to be in porn or movies. You can make a living off of OnlyFans or YouTube. I'll start an OnlyFans. We'll just with my hands. I'm sure there's groups who would like that. Yeah, internet opened up all the crazies to public view, so it's alright. As long as I can keep doing what I'm doing, I don't care. Eh, well, that's smart. Somebody wanted a free show, and she's like, "You're not getting it free." Yeah, Raphael, that was a different time back then. You know, that was a lot of different stuff back then. They did. Nobody really knew. Yeah, but didn't what's his name? Robin Williams do one as well? I'm pretty sure Robin Williams was in one. Got to make your start somewhere, especially back then. Okay, that should work pretty good for that. Thanks, Raphael. Yeah, we're getting there slowly. Yeah, you should look that up, Raccoon. I'm almost positive he was in one. It was like a big thing when people discovered it back then. Okay, where's a little bit over? Yeah, but it was back, way back, before anyone even knew who he was, from what I understand. I don't even know if you can find it. I never saw it, but I remember it was like a big topic back in the day. You know, back then you didn't have the internet, so if news came out, it was like the end of the world. You know you're gonna go look it up. Everyone else probably is too right now, so... And YouTube's probably gonna kick me off, so... Yep. Yeah, speaking of demonetized, it seems YouTube rolled out some new rules, and a bunch of people are trying to make their way over to Rumble now. So that seems to be a thing lately. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it seems that there's kind of at least a couple of the people I sort of watch on YouTube are trying to get everyone to follow them over now. I mean, I kind of know why it's happening, but we can't say that on YouTube because they won't like it. Not that I'm anyone important on the channel, but still. Definitely got to be a storm coming in because it is getting windy out there. Sun went away pretty fast too. No, I haven't paid attention to any of the deals. Last deal I got was that Catwoman, the last standing one they did. I'm so tapped out with stuff. I don't have the funds. I actually did get something in this week. I'll go grab it and show you what I got, but So I got these in this week. It was about a few months back. I sent these in to get signed by Jerry Conway. So when I talked to Mike Grell at Mike Grell is who did the cover to this All-Star 58. He told me that Jerry Conway was kind of sick. So I was glad I sent these in to get signed. So this is All-Star 62. This is like one of the better stories with Power Girl. So I had Jerry sign this one, and then I had these two others I had from CBCS signed as well. He signed them in the center. So the goal is next year, if Mike Grell goes to Terrificon or Baltimore, I'm going to bring these two with me, have them cracked open, and have him sign these so I can have both signatures. So these are all for my like display in my own collection. So I got these in. Yeah, trying to get all my signed stuff. I also have this other one here signed by Jerry Conway. This one's on my display. So I'm going to actually bring this one to get signed by Mike Grell as well. So I'll have like all three double signed. I'm doing it now while all I can with these guys. A lot of these guys are like retiring and stuff like that, so. Yeah, you know, Tweeterhead had a birthday sale this week. I don't know if it's still going on. If you went to the Tweeterhead website, they had like the Flash, Superman, and like Green Lantern. They were like $250 for the Flash. So yeah, sadly when you have them cracked open, you have to put the yellow label in with the book, and they keep the number, and then it goes through the regrading process. So, you know, sadly, if you have, like, say you have a 9.8 and you open it to have it signed, you might get a lower grade. It is possible, but I do all my lower stuff to get signed because I'm not really doing the signed stuff for like, okay, I'm gonna flip it for crazy money. It's all for my personal collection and stuff to display. And a lot of the older guys now I want to get signed while I can, because I regret not getting a couple other people that passed away a while back signed. So, you know, so it's just for fun. It's just doing stuff for my own collection, and it's not really for like. I know there's some people like they got to get a 9.8. I don't care about that. I want to just display it and have fun. Hey, what's up, Jacob? Still plugging away a little bit here. We did some more work on these items. Got the shirt kind of cleaned up a bit, you know, kind of just tweaking it out, adding some stretchiness to it. I sanded it down this morning. And we're just, you know, talking shop. I should have the Psylocke that week I customized on stream. Hopefully not this weekend, of course, but next weekend it should be done. And I should have the video up by then. She is, I can show you the body real quick. I gotta turn on the camera. I don't want to touch anything with my hand. So this is the body so far. There's a texture on her. It's probably hard to see. I tried to do something a little bit. My camera, this camera doesn't like to zoom in anymore, really. So there's like a texture on here. I tried to do like a suede blue outfit on her with like a pearlized chest. So it's a little bit different than normal. So I'll have that in the video and explain on how I did it all. Yeah, for the, you know the Jae-Young Lee picture from Psylocke? It's on the X-Men cover. I have it up on my wall. I tried to follow those colors on it. Now, the video I did, it's a work in progress video. It's I'm really bad at work in progress videos, but it'll give you guys an idea of what I was trying to do in colors. So, it's not like a crazy high quality work in progress video, but it'll explain a lot. This way, if you guys try to maybe try texture and see how I mixed up the colors, you know. The skin has a little bit more, what is it, raw sienna in it, so it's kind of more of a yellowish skin too. So I have the head here. I have to finish it up, but I have the head. It's getting there. I figured, what was it, this week I was going to go in the garage and clean it, but I decided, let me get this Psylocke done to get the video, because I promised people. So I said, let me focus on that, get it done. And then once that's done, I can see where any Patreons want to snag it first. If not, I'll put it on eBay. And then I'll get cleaned up. Okay, where are we at here? We gotta do some cleaning on her. Yeah, I got a lot of fine tuning to do on this. Once this shirt is cured up, I'm gonna have to prime her up and sand her all down. As far as 7 of 9, I'll show you what we got done so far. I was working off your pick, so I put a little circle here for now. Just a little circle. And then what I'm gonna do is once that cures up, I'll start adding the lines, because I figured if I try to add the lines now, I'll just ruin the circle. So yeah, so and then I add a little bit of wrinkles here. And then for her hand, so basically what I'll do is I'll be able just to do a dab of glue and glue her hand in here at the end. You know, I still got to clean all this up. And then the goal here is her hand is squishing this chair. I'm going to break the fingers and put them down. And the goal is she'll slide on top of the hand. So, and then what I want to try to do is just to make sure this isn't attached. So this way I can paint this separate and then put a dab of glue and then lock the fingers, the hand on. I did do the lines, I forgot to tell people in chat, I did the line here and I did the line back there because during the week I had extra A's and I figured since it was stiff, I figured let me just do these lines and get them done. And I sanded her down, I cleaned her up a bit. There's a spot right here I'm actually noticing now. But the goal is if you slide her in, it should go right on top of the hand, if it works. So I'm thinking next week, if all goes well, maybe we can do her hair. Well, I would like to do another Star Trek, but I want to do one with the O'Hara skirt. I think that would be a fun one. It just depends on what statue I can find for it. So I'll ask for your opinion in chat. If I did an O'Hara skirt one, do you guys feel it would just be looking cool if it was any looking female, whether she was white, black, Asian, or do you think it has to be a specific race, or do you think it has to be a specific statue? Like, say I came across a Catwoman statue, do you think that would look cool? I'm trying to think if I have any statues that would work for one. Well, I got that poison statue. I'm looking at my shelf. You know, I'm trying to get some ideas, but the idea too is like a lot of this side stuff. I hope it would sell. You know. Yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm asking you guys because I don't know Star Trek fans. You know, I know some fans of Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, it's got to look like the specific thing, so. Let me see here. I'm trying to see what statues I got on the side. This statue here is for a specific project. That one's for another project. Let me see if I can get this. I'm trying to think of, do I have any other stuff on the side I haven't opened yet? I am sitting on this poison, so I do have this one. I don't know if I don't know how well this one would look in the Star Trek outfit. So I was going to use this for something else. Only because I got the newer version, which is way better. So this is the old one. I'm trying to think what else I have here. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that poison yet. Like I said, I had a couple other ideas for it, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use it for that. Trying to see what other stuff I have here. I got some items, but they're action poses and they're more superhero stuff. I don't have too many. Might have to find a 3D print and maybe do something. Yeah, I was thinking of saving the poison for like a Bowsette or Boozette character again, something like that. Trying to see what I have here. My two canaries are for me. I mean, I have an extra Catwoman body, but that's for me too. It's for my other project. Oh no. Alright, we'll see what happens once we get these painted up and we figure out our next projects. I'd have to look that up, Raz. I don't know who that is. Hey, Devastator. Yeah, Summer Line's coming along. It's a little bit of tedious stuff at the moment until it's all ready to go. But I think next week, if we get the hair on her, it should look pretty good. Now the gift you guys sent me, who was it? Jacob, weren't you the one who sent it to me? I should probably throw some wrinkles. If I could do a little wrinkles here and there, I think it'll work. I sent that GIF you guys sent me to. Yeah, I sent it to my cousin. He was like, he told me the story of how he wasn't a Star Trek fan, and then one day he turned that on and saw her, so he would make sure he would watch the show just for her. I was like, you never told me you watched Star Trek. He's like, oh, I did, but it wasn't for the show. Yeah, like I said, I never watched the show, but then when I got that GIF in the email from Jacob, it kind of opened my eyes to why everybody likes her. Explains a lot. Does does Jerry Ryan do like cons and stuff for signatures, or is she kind of like one of those actresses now that don't really do that type of stuff because they get more jobs? I like I said, the only time I remember Jerry Ryan is from the TV show Leverage, which came out a few years ago. That show was awesome. She was in there for 2 seasons. I wonder why they brought her in. Maybe to replace the other girl for Eye Candy. I'm not really sure. Well, I heard they brought her back. I heard the show didn't do too well, but I kind of I know the character came back. Then again, I guess she's not really getting many movie roles. I don't think anyone's getting movie roles these days. Yeah, I wasn't sure if she was really into it because I know like some of these actors they do these TV shows and then afterwards they want nothing to do with it ever again. But I think some, you know, I don't know. Yeah, they got to fix a lot of stuff in Hollywood. Devastator, no. I've always started by customizing and tweaking, and then I sort of just kind of ran with it since. Started back in the day with on statue form. You know, I customized my own items, and then people started asking, and then sure enough, that's kind of what I stuck with. I enjoy it so much that I just figured just run with it, and now I do it for a living, so kind of worked out. Yeah, I did a lot of practicing through the years, though, of like, you know, if I could break an arm and resculpt the muscles, or, you know, resculpt hair. But as far as sculpting from scratch from an armature and stuff, no. I never gone that far. Um, I always decided that never to go back and redo an item, because I figured it's easier to go back and look what I did and realize, okay, I screwed that up, or I tried different techniques, so it's better to try something different, you know? But yeah, I never went back and retweaked an item. It was one of my professors in art school. He was always like, no matter how many times you work on something, you're always going to go look at it years down the line and realize you could have done this or that. But he said it's always better to leave it alone, so this way you know what to do for the next time. It's kind of a reminder type thing. I look at my old college stuff and I was like, what the hell was I smoking? You know? You look at artwork these days and you're like, Jesus. Like, how the hell did I make it through art school? Although I got a funny story about going back to something. I did an item for someone uh, years ago, like back when I started to do this full time. And I won't say the item, but I did the item. They loved it, and it was good to go. And I never, you know, years down the line, no problem. So I started getting better. You know, I discovered the Archer transfer decals for the eyes, and I started using those for the eyes because in the beginning I was painting them. So one of the guys I did an item for probably 3-4 years ago contacts me and he's like, well, I'm trying to sell this item and the guy who buys it doesn't think that you're the painter because the eyes are bad. I said, well, yeah, that's something I did a long time ago before I knew Archer transfer decals. So he was like, well, he's like, if I send it to you, can you fix the eyes? I said, well, yeah. I mean, it's, you know, a few years old, but you know, I'll only charge you a few bucks, and I'll do it for you. And he got really mad at me because he's like, well, I shouldn't have to pay for it. You should just fix it. And I was like, well, why would I fix something that I did years ago and you were okay with it? So he got really pissed off at me, and he went on and on about how he can't sell it because it doesn't have, you know, the decals that make it look better, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know what you're thinking, but it's not like I have a warranty on statues. So he got really, really pissed off at me. He called me, what did he call me? He called me a scammer. And I was like, doesn't make any sense, because I did it for you years ago. You were happy with it. Now you're trying to sell it. And now it's my problem that it's not up to my skill level now. See what I'm saying? So, you know, and I'm always trying to improve and get better. So something I did a year ago probably isn't what I'm going to do now. At least that's kind of what I hope, you know? So that was a very interesting story, that I was the scammer because I couldn't help him sell an item that he liked. Now he's trying to sell it. So yeah, that was a funny story. And after that, I was like, yeah, we're never gonna work together again. I don't know. You could tell me if I'm wrong in the story. I'm telling the truth. I'm not embellishing it. I'm not lying. I offered to fix it. You know, I said I will fix it. I will put the Archer Transfer Decals eye on it. You just got to pay for shipping back and forth. And a couple bucks, you know, like a couple bucks, like buy me lunch, and I'll put the eye decals on it, you know? But that wasn't good enough, so that's my little story, I guess, related to the question, in a way. Hey Devastator, yeah, I don't mold and recast any of my stuff. Like, if I sold it to someone and they did it, I can't stop them, but this is still technically a sideshow item, so I can't really do that, you know? Yeah, it's just, I don't know, I just figured you guys would like that story. It was I was kind of dumbfounded. I was just like, I don't, you know, I always feel like when I do something, I do it for the client. So like, say you contact me, I do it for you, you like it, you get it, and you say you enjoy it, you like it, then we're done. You know, it's like, okay, I did it for you, you like it, it's good to go. But if you're mad that you can't sell it 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line, I don't know how that becomes my problem. I'm doing it for you, but it, and then I guess part of the other thing was the guy also said that when I quoted him a price for another custom, he says he won't pay that because he'll never make money off of it. So I was like, well, if I'm doing it for you, is it what you want, or are you doing something that you want me to do and then you want to flip it for profit? I don't know. It was a very weird situation, so I just said, you know what, we're done. One of my many stories from years of doing this stuff. I don't know, you guys can let me know. Am I wrong? Am I right? Am I supposed to have a warranty? You know, it's like, it's very, very weird situation. I mean, I don't know, if you think about it, it's like a car. You buy a car, and after the warranty's over, if something's wrong with it, the dealer will say, we'll fix it, but we gotta charge you, you know? I would assume that's the same thing with a statue. After a certain point of time, it's like, okay, if you break the finger or, you know, you scrape the paint, you want me to fix it, But if it's been 2 years, it's like, well, I can't really do it for free. I'm not going to say, okay, I need to charge you thousands of dollars. I mean, but you got to send it to me back and forth and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, if it's different if I did something, for like, say I did this and I sent it to somebody, and when they opened it up, the hair got scratched, I would say, okay, well, if you want, you can send it back to me. I will repair the hair and we'll send it back to you, and I'll make it right. But, I don't know, trying to say you can't, sell the item, it's, I don't know, just weird. It was just a weird situation. Like I said, I'm not trying to embellish the story, and I'm not trying to say names of who it was, blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying my point of view on how it unfolded. It's just strange. Yeah, yeah, that's true, Jacob. But it was a weird time. It was a weird time when a lot of people were like on Facebook. A lot of people were trying to get items for people and flip them and make a profit. It was a weird year or two around. I think around, like that 2014 to 16 era, where a lot of people were just like flipping stuff. Like, it wasn't really collectors. It was just people like, I want to have this guy paint this item, and then I'm gonna flip it for like $300 extra profit or something. It was a weird time. But it was happening. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just thought you guys might enjoy the story. I don't know how I became a scammer, though. That was the funny thing. I remember my friend, he contacted me. He's like, yo, this guy put you on a scammer list. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, he says you scammed him. And I was like, okay. And I told him the story, and he's like, oh, that kind of explains that guy's personality a lot. So no one really gave a shit because they didn't believe him anyway. But funny, just funny. Yeah, I admit I was bad in the beginning with those painting eyes, and I still am to this day. And it's not like I'm hiding it. And like, if you contacted me now and you said, hey, if I send you the head, would you put the decals in? I would be like, yeah, just pay it, come back and forth, buy me some lunch, and I'll put decals on. It's not like I'm gonna like no, but I don't know. It was just a funny weird situation. And I, from what I understand, the guy was only like 2 states away or something. So it's not like shipping a head would be a lot of money. But, whatever. It's okay. Moved on to bigger and better things. Yeah, there was 2 other stories with that specific customer, but I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna talk about them. I just cut my ties, and that was it. But like I said, oh, excuse me, around that era of the hobby was a very, very weird era. There is a lot of shenanigans going on. Lots of shenanigans. I got your email, Raz. I'll have to read it later, but I'm looking at the character. Hey, that could be interesting. That's a possibility. But yeah, around 2015-16 was a funny year for statues. Alright, what else we got here? Gonna have to do some wrinkles in this arm. I think it's just going to be the base and then the body, and that's it. I think what's going to happen is this hand is going to be attached to the chair, so she just connects right onto the hand with the chair, and this hand's going to be glued in at the end. So just going to be two pieces, pretty much. I think that's all I really need to do on it. Depending on when, once me and Raz work out this whole section here with the console, depending on how I put it, if I feel that she kind of connects in but the console has to go over it, then what I'll do is I'll make it so the console like magnetizes here. But I haven't gotten that far yet, because like I said, I don't, depending on how this console is and where it needs to be positioned, I don't know if it's going to hit the leg or not, or if it sits above the here, you know, I'm not really sure. So I'll figure that out when we get to that point. Yeah, that's a possibility. It all depends on how I can attach it, though. The only other thing, though, is even if I attach it, right, and it goes over it, and I use a magnet, the problem is it's gonna scrape paint. So because I have a curve here, so I have to get the console. I'll have to figure it out. But if Raz prints it hollow, which he will, I'm not gonna fill it in. I'll probably just fill it in at the bottom and leave that top hollow because I really don't need to fill that console in. Yeah, it's doable. We'll see how it works, you know. I'm gonna, like I said, I told Raz before he's gonna send me an email, and I think that he says there's a smaller console and then there's the bigger one he can cut. So I'm gonna look at those when he sends them, and we'll figure out like where it will go. You know, I don't mind making it magnetized. It's fine. It's just a matter of see how it fits. But I told Raz, I'm like, you know, worry about your commissions first. I got a while to go before I get that to that point. I want to break these fingers. I got to put the metallic stuff on her fingers. We got to do the hair. I still want to add wrinkles here and there on stuff just to kind of start bringing the outfit to life a little bit more. You know, like right here, this is muscle showing, and there shouldn't really be muscle here showing. So I might have to fill some of this in. And then underneath this here, I'm going to have to fill in underneath her leg a bit because it's set up for that curve of the skull. So I have to make it look like some of her skin is pushed against the chair and then it comes underneath. We'll get to all that. But, you know, we got wrinkles here. We got some wrinkles up there now. We got wrinkles here. So at least we're starting to get to that point where it's looking like a spandex or at least a cat suit in a sense. Once the hair is on her, she'll definitely come together a little bit better, you know. What I might have to do is, I think during the week, if I have extra Aves, I might have to do this earpiece off camera because I got to get in close to see what I'm doing with my headgear. And trying to do that like on the stream is difficult because you guys can't really see what I'm doing, and if I don't see up close, it's a pain in the ass. So sometimes with stuff like that, I just got to do off camera. That's why when I do my work in progress videos or even my you know, whatever I'm doing, sometimes I just got to stop the camera and I got to get in close to do stuff. Yeah, I'm just looking at, yeah, this spot here is bothering me, so filling that in kind of makes that work a little bit better. It was too cut, so that's working better. We're gonna add some wrinkles in here. We'll add wrinkles, actually I should probably add some there if I can right now. Yeah, it's like I said, I'm not a YouTuber where I set up my cameras and everything so you guys can see every little detail. I'm just sharing what I do with my channel. I'd rather work the way I want to work than to try to focus on YouTube. I've seen a couple like paint channels where they, you know, you can see everything they're doing, which is absolutely amazing, but I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. Just not in my wheelhouse. Alright. Is that your votes, Jacob? I was thinking we do those Jessica Rabbit customs next after these are painted up. I was thinking once these are getting ready to be painted and they're coming to a close, maybe we'll get 2 Jessica Rabbits printed out. I don't know. That's kind of, we'll get on Patreon and see if they you know, see what they vote. That could work, Raccoon. You know, we could, you know, I mean, if you guys wanted to, we could do 3 Jessica Rabbits. You know, just have a Jessica Rabbit of customs for a few months. I figure I'll pick up the file. They have a nude version, and basically just do 3 different Jessica Rabbits. We could do a vote on the Patreon. I know I'm bad with the Patreon. I apologize for that stuff. I know people probably want more stuff, but sadly the stuff goes kind of slow. Which poison outfit? You mean the poison from Street Fighter? We can run it. We'll do it on Patreon. We'll run some votes. Not that I have many guys on. Most of you guys are here on chat anyway. But we'll come up with some ideas. You guys think about some ideas. I'm down for doing like 3 Jessica Rabbits off that 3D file. Hey Collab. Yeah, thanks man. Appreciate it. This is Lola so far. Worked on the shirt a little bit, got the shorts, sneakers, so she's getting there slowly. Well, like I always said, Harley Quinn and Jessica Rabbit, you could do just about anything. You can do just about anything with those two characters and it works. But I like to think outside the box, you know? Jacob, with like Baroness, I would do a very simple animated armor for her, which would work. You know, you could do like a skimpy, you know, think about like how I did. Damn. Like you could do Baroness, but you could do a very skimpy armor with the Cobra logo on it. You know, you can show a lot of boob on it. It could work. It definitely can work, you know. You just with Jessica, you got to think of more animated stuff than super details. Well, you know, come up with some ideas. When we're ready to do it, we'll get on Patreon. We'll do votes. We'll see what will work and what won't work. I mean, you know, we could really think outside the box. You know, you could do a Scooby-Doo outfit. You can do the Star Trek outfits. You could do a horror outfit. It's endless. I'm thinking in my mind now, tons of stuff could be done. You could do the sexy cop. You could do a sexy nurse. You can do, you know, you could do a video game character. You could do like Jill Valentine in Resident Evil with the skirt and blue top. It's endless. Endless, you know, ideas. Cloud, that is Abe's epoxy sculpt. That is this stuff here. So you mix it A and B together in equal amounts, and you can sculpt with it. So everything that you see in red is all sculpted tweaks on the item. Now this part right here is a primer over the red. So when you see some of the red showing like that, that's because it's primed over already. So I prime, I sculpt, I sand, I prime, I sculpt, and sand. Yeah, Deja Thors could work, Samus can work, I mean, any of the Street Fighter girls can work, even like a Naruto outfit, a ninja could work. You can make her look like a Naruto ninja, you can make her look like a Dragon Ball Z character, yeah, it's endless possibilities. But only the patrons get the vote on the 3. So, I mean, we could come up with ideas and stream, but those guys will come up with the votes. You know, we'll try to narrow it down to them. Yeah, I wish, like I said, I wish I had better rewards and options for the Patreon members, but I figure that's the best I'm going to be able to do for now. It's alright, Raz. You don't have to do it now. Like I said, I'm not forcing people to do it. I just appreciate any support. It's just that I understand I don't have a lot of rewards for it. So like Raccoon and everyone said in the beginning, it's just, instead of trying to maybe send me a donation through YouTube, it just support me through Patreon, and that's fine enough, you know? Nah, Jacob, it's fine. Don't even sweat it, you know? It's, I don't, you know, I'm not using Patreon to be like, I need to make so much money a month. I just figure if you want to support me for a few bucks and then we do votes, I'm happy with that. Yeah, like I said, I figure, you know, if people support me when we do some side projects, you get the vote on it. And then if anyone on the Patreon sub wants to buy it, they get first dibs. And I guess that's all I could really do, you know? As long as I'm getting commissions from people and I'm paying my mortgage, I'm happy. You know, I'm not looking to, I gotta make, you know, top dollar from everything I do. I'm happy I get to do this every day, so. I just figure, you know, it's an experiment. We'll see how long it lasts. If it gets to the point where I can't really give rewards, I can always shut it down. But, alright, I think that's where we're at for the day. I'm going to have to do some sanding and prepping. Next week, I think we're going to try to do the hair on 7 of 9. And I think I'm going to start doing, at least maybe start setting up the base somewhat for her. Because it's going to get to the point where I'm going to need Bugs Bunny and the basketball to really go any further because of the hair. But I'm not really too worried about everything. But I could probably start planning this out though. I didn't miss too much, Jacob. You know. Once I get back onto some commissions, I can start doing some week streams again. I don't know, before I close down, do you want to see something I've been working on for my personal projects? Because the item is almost ready for paint. It's not that it's a secret, it's my own personal item. If you guys want to see it, I'll show it to you real quick. Of course, it's for my own collection, but I found a new way to do the chest. So this is my retro Power Girl. I can't zoom back any further. Hold on. So this is her cape. And this is her head. So, you can see, I reworked the chest. I brought her outfit down. And I used the original Power Girl base. So she is floating off the base, but it looks like she stomped it. And I just got all these cloud pieces I'll be adding to the base. And this is for me. This is something I've been working on at nights and then on personal days. So we got the classic cape coming down, the classic head, and then these pieces, these little pieces are going to be going in here, like so, because she doesn't have a rope on. So this is my classic. So yes, and I found a new way to do her chest. So that's my personal item. So she's getting there. She also has a collar here because she was known to sort of have like the choker with a little bit of a pearl here. Oh, so as for her chest, hopefully you guys can sort of see it. I set it up in a way where her chest is actually pushing out of her shirt more. So what I did is, so I pretty much built the chest, and then what I did is I grinded out where the circle would be, and then I kind of put the eaves around it so it actually looks like it's pushed up a little bit more, as you can kind of see. So it's a little bit different than what I've normally done in the past. So, and then like I said, her shorts used to come all the way up here. So the old retro style, she had the booty, you know, the old like swimsuit look, and the way it was back. So it's not like a G-string back here. So I did that as well. But yeah, that's my retro Power Girl I've been working on. She's almost ready for paint, so. And then I went for the anime base. So this piece connects back there at the end. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting like pieces of clouds around the base like so. So basically the idea is she stomped down. I love this base. This is the first base. She stomped down and the wind's blowing this way, so the cape blows with it. This is the Sideshow Power Girl. This is the second Sideshow Power Girl. This isn't the print. This is actually that Sideshow one. Yeah, my print is almost ready for paint too. I'll show you the base. Yeah, so this one, I got the base all done. I've been tweaking her up here and there. I'm not gonna pop out the head or leg. Yeah, so this is the kit. So what I did is I got a manhole cover, and I put all these broken rocks up here, like she's kind of flying, and it's all broken street. And then back here, it's like a sewer pipes type thing, and this is all like dirt. So this is kind of what I came up for this base. I have the video. I'm working on it. Did I post a video on this or not? I don't remember if I did. I don't think I did. I don't know. Did I? I'm losing track. Yeah, maybe I didn't post this video yet. Let me check real quick. I thought I did. I have it edited. If I didn't post it, then I don't know what. I thought I did already. Let me see. If not, maybe I'll put that up this Sunday. No, I guess I didn't. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to finish editing it and put it up this Sunday. Yeah, no, so, yeah, this is where I'm at with this one. But, yeah, all I've been doing is, cleaning it up. There was a lot of scratches on her. I had some major, I learned a harsh lesson on this cape. When I put this rod in here, and I use the glue, what happens is if you use frozen 4K and then you have some of this glue, and then you have Aves. When you try to sand them down evenly, everything sands differently. The Aves sands a little bit faster, the glue sort of sands weird, and then the frozen 4K. So what happened is, as you can see in here, I had to Dremel all that glue out of there, and I had to put in Aves on top of it. It was a nightmare. So this is one of these things I've learned harsh lessons with trying to add a rod and glue. It was a pain in the ass. Same thing with the other Power Girl cape. So like even here, I have to Dremel out all this glue crap that's in here, and then I have to put some A's, because if you run your finger on it, it's like jagged. So, but yeah, so that's what I've done. But yeah, I do this stuff every once in a while. You know, sometimes after I'm done with commissions for the day, I'll take an extra 3 hours at night if I can't sleep or something. No, Iceman, it's not that it's not the frozen that's the problem, it's the glue. So like you see the spot right here? See this right here? When I glue this arm together, there's a little bit of a glue in there, and what happens is that glue, even if you use some of this putty, right? The glue sort of sands differently than the frozen, and it never evens. So what I've been doing is, anytime I have some of that glue residue between resins, I'm chopping it out and I'm filling it in. This glue is great for gluing stuff, but it sucks when you have to sand it. It really, really sucks. So it's been causing me issues with the cape because I had to do this rod. So this is a huge rod I bent in here, and I glue these pieces there, and it's just been a nightmare. So I'm just chopping out all that glue. But yeah, that's where I am with the base. So what I'll do is, it's a good thing you guys reminded me. I'll try and get this video up Sunday, just to show you guys how I came across and how I did that. Yeah, my personal projects are going slow. They're getting there, but going slow. Alright, I think that's where I'm going to cut the stream. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and those who stayed a little bit extra to see my little personal project. But next week, we'll try and get some more done on these two. We're definitely working on our hair next week. And then hopefully I can have her hand broken, and we could start doing our hand too, maybe. So, all right, you guys have a good weekend. Appreciate you stopping by, and if there is a storm, guys, be safe. And see you guys next week.